Okay. And where you from in St. Louis?
Peabody Project.
Oh, you from Peabody?
As you already know, 50 Cent is petty, cruel, and always prepared to retaliate in the most brutal manner. Big Meech was accused of being a snitch by 50 Cent, and let's face it, labeling someone a rat in this game is like tossing a grenade into the fire. If you thought the conflict between 50 Cent and the BMF family was ending, you should be surprised by the recent retaliation by 50 Cent's nephew against Big Meech. He continued to tweet cryptic and subliminal messages, even placing a rat emoji next to Rick Ross's lyrics. Then, on Tuesday, February 25th, 50 allegedly shared court records on social media that showed Big Meech had cooperated with a federal informant in a third-party capacity, further intensifying the situation. The materials came from 190, a well-known figure on social media. Jake, but it's more than that. According to 50 Cent, there is proof that Tammy Cowens took material from Big, which is further unsettling information. To help apprehend prominent snow traffickers, Meech handed it over to the federal administration. Not only are there industry rumors being spread, but real people, cases and receipts are also being disparaged. Lil Meech, who portrays his father in the BMF series from the 1950s, was also not exempt. As if that weren't enough. Before 50 altered the plan and placed Lil Meech on blast too, everything between them appeared to be going smoothly. On set, Lil Meech had some major issues. She even claimed that the man had to go to rehab because of a substance use problem. Additionally, 50 Cent asserted that producers and other actors, such as Russell Hornsby, 50 Cent wasn't having any of it when Doug pulled up at 42 after witnessing Lil Meech's antics firsthand. After Big Meech was released from jail, it was believed that Doug gave him a sizable $100,000. Rather than letting that go unpunished, 50 used Instagram to criticize Doug and question why the money didn't go to Meech's own people. He made sure that everyone understood he wasn't playing games, as was customary in the 50s. You made a mistake by giving Screech $100,000. But I love you and cheese because of Key, Daddy, my ninja. That's something you could have given to your Ninas. You've always been obstinate, but 42 Doug wasn't going to leave the $100,000 story unanswered when the website went nuts. No one could make him leave Detroit. He reacted on his Instagram stories, stating his unwavering love for Big Meech. Doug immediately shut it down, saying it was false information. Everyone is anticipating 50 Cent's big bombshell, those texts that might alter everything, because of the numerous snitching charges and repercussions that are already in the air. I'm not going into specifics. To blow you up, buddy, things immediately went haywire in a three-way call involving 42 Doug, Bab Cuffy's nephew, and Big Meech. He said he had the recording of him and 42 Doug talking to me, and they were going to dump him so he could confront Meckham and Meech and be placed with Tammy. He has the documents to back it up. Without wasting any time, BBE put pressure on Big Meech to respond to the queries that everyone had been anticipating. Why is Meech? The drama that had been developing was then exposed when the leaked footage hit the streets. What has prevented Meech from ending her relationship with Tammy Cowens in light of everything that happened with Cuffy? She snitched, which led to the death of BMF associates. And the tension in that call was ridiculous.
Okay, so listen.
But unwilling to back down, Big Meech went on the defensive and informed B-Bay up front that he owed no one an explanation. Meech was aware that B-Bay and the streets weren't buying it, but let's face it. Meech challenged anyone who genuinely thought he was snitching to deliver the documents, rather than establishing his innocence. Here's the twist. 50 Cent previously declared that he had locked those receipts. Big Meech was not going to back down, especially when it came to Tammy Cowan's, but he did not back down. Despite being blamed for Cuffy's death, he continued to bring up the topic and criticized Meech for continuing their connection. To be honest, many people have been disregarding the matter from the beginning. Everything went south when BB started acting oddly and questioned why Meech had never disclosed Tammy's involvement. Following Big Meech's phone call, the audio leak became viral. It didn't stop there, though. Then B-Bay went into additional detail about the conflict between Big Meech and 42 Doug in an exclusive, candid interview with Dogfist TV that lasted for a full 30 minutes, according to B-Bay. Doug, Diane Cuffy's uncle, to demonstrate that he was fully aware of Tammy's behavior, he dropped receipts and promised Big Meech a reduced sentence in return. All of the accusations of snitching are coming from this source. There is yet more to the robbery hole. Tammy reportedly told the feds that Big Meech introduced her to Diane Cuffy and got him involved in this whole legal issue. The worst aspect is that Meech is accused of bringing Tammy and Fidel Suarez together, which further entangled the intricate network of third-party cooperation. This is far from the end of the narrative, and the streets are talking. Cooperation with the feds, and he insists that legal documents back this up.
That you got those affidavits to help cuff out the official man. That's it.
While Big Meech may have benefited from this agreement, things take a significant turn for the worse. Not so lucky was Dion Cuffy, who was sentenced to a severe 27-year prison term. Biddy claims that this was not just bad luck, but likely the result of third-party cooperation, which is why several public figures now call Big Me a rat due to the growing allegations and the situation is made worse by the street's demand for answers. Because 50 Cent has been exposing everyone who backs his opponents and maintaining receipts, things take a strange turn at this point. We've seen Big Meech and his son Lil Meech having fun with 50's old foes. This isn't merely a coincidence, it's causing people to wonder about their true allegiance. When Big Meech, the troubled BMF legacy, was directly criticized, how did 50 Cent react? He took it right to Instagram, as you already know. One thing about 50 is that he is the unchallenged master of social media shade. He quickly made jokes, posted cryptic comments, and took direct aim at Big Meech and his family. But it was 50's hint at a startling BMF documentary featuring Tammy Cowan's that really had people talking. There may be severe repercussions if such occurs. However, 50 also obtained leaked communications from Lil Meech, in which Meech Jr. was trying to conceal events. Okay, but 50 doubled down, threatened to cut Lil Meech out of the BMF series entirely rather than just ignoring it. He continued by accusing cast members and producers of drug use, claiming they had seen the same behavior. And now that things are getting out of hand and people are asking questions, did this so-called third-party collaboration really happen? If 50's documentation is correct, Big Meech's legacy may suffer significantly, and given Dion Cuffy's 27-year sentence, it may not be able to be rectified. His nephew is also stepping up, demonstrating that Big Meech's family is not keeping quiet. Will do whatever it takes to save their reputation, but this feud is far from finished as 50 Cent determines his next course of action, whether it be a full-length documentary, another outburst on Instagram, or even legal action. Now, the true question is if Big Meo the Streets is offering an answer or only letting people speak, and most significantly, whether this whole mess has the potential to irreparably harm the BMF legacy. Please leave a remark below with your thoughts.